Bob Kroeger, an artist and a writer from Cincinnati, and we did a barn tour in Ross County about a year and a half ago with John Payne, who's the director of the pump house. So all these paintings are of barns that we saw, and they are for sale to provide funding for the wonderful restoration that just happened. This is one of Ohio's treasures, this pump house, and how they restored it when they could have just let it fall apart. So congratulations to them. I'm happy to do whatever I can to support somebody that's going to be interested in that. This particular barn...
Before you go there, is this one of your favorite places to come and visit, the pump house?
Pump house is magnificent. This is one of the treasures of Ohio, and a national treasure too. Designed by Philadelphia architects back in the 19th century. And often these are not used, and when there's no purpose to it, what happens? They fall apart. So John and other artists have decided to save it, and it's wonderful they can do that. Same thing with all barns. Now this particular barn, which is in Ross County, was not in good shape. You can see that the roof is collapsing, some of the sideboards are missing. But that's the kind of barn that I love. I love this kind of barn. Why do I love it? Why do I love it? I love it because if I capture it, I've got it. And guess what? It's gone now. And I think the owner will be very interested in this. She contacted me, found me a few months ago. I said, yeah, I'll be, but she didn't come tonight. So that is my kind of barn. And,
yeah, I drove by this spring, maybe March, and I saw that it had partly collapsed at that point.
Oh, did it collapse? Yeah.
Yeah.
It didn't surprise me. So I never criticize a barn owner if they can't afford to take care of an old barn, because what you have a small barn, and the big equipment is too big to get in.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? So this is an unusual barn because we don't see this type of barn too much in this part of the country.
The gable front.
I call this an Appalachian barn. In many barns in North Carolina and in those areas, Tennessee, have roofs that continue down almost to the ground. In fact, there's one in the National Smoky Park, where Great Smokies, where all the way to the ground. So this is but this is right here in Ross County. As you can see, there are windows missing, and it's not going to be here forever, but it's a rare Appalachian barn. And then this is kind of an unusual barn because these two were on the same farm. This little one was way up on a hill without a farmhouse near, with no silo, and it was almost like it was being forgotten. So I call this almost forgotten. And this was on the same farm, and luckily we met a fellow who farms the land for the owner, who is, I think, out of state, maybe in Chicago. And the thing about this barn is that it's got it's a tiny barn, smaller than this one. It's got a wonderful cupola for ventilation. And you can see that it's got a beautiful roof to the cupola, which is rare. It shows that the owner, when he built that a long time ago, probably over 100 years ago, wanted to make a little bit of statement that he's doing okay.
So mention the framing that you use.
The framing, yeah. Well, I have an inventory of frames maybe for the next 3 or 4 years. And then I don't know what I'm going to do. When I was younger, it was easier to make frames. So that's all from our old barn. I'll get some tomorrow when I do a program for Highland County. But it's a challenge, no question about that.
So describe your your barn tours that you've done a few times here in Ross County, I presume elsewhere.
What's your question, Kevin?
Describe your barn tour.
Oh, the barn tour? Well, it is nice if the barn scout, in this case it's John, knows the particular owners. Sometimes we meet them, sometimes we don't. But it's nice if we can see them and meet them ahead of time. But sometimes we don't. So we might be driving by. In the case of Don's, we were able to meet him and his brother and get a tour of the barn. We don't always have that good fortune. Sometimes if I drive by a barn that I like, it's falling apart, I said, that's it, we're going to capture that one before. Thanks, Don. As in this case, I think, no, this case, where is it? As in this case, yeah, we drove by it. It looked kind of interesting, and the owner, we found that, luckily for us, was cutting the grass. So we stopped him, and he graciously answered some questions, and he agreed to let us look inside the barn. So as you can see, it doesn't look like very much. So we opened the doors, and what did we see? But a log barn. An original log barn, which probably goes back to the 1810s, maybe even earlier. Ross County, for some reason, has a lot of log barns. Some of them we know about, some of them we don't. There may be more. So when I come back in October next year, maybe we'll find some more surprises. You know, if you can tell. But he wasn't too aware that this was important. This is a very, very, very rare barn.
Kevin, are you recording?
Well, just to finish up, can you mention the two books that you've got on your table there?
Yes.
And these are all for sale through your website?
No, these two books are property of the pump house. So they will benefit 100% from the sales of these. And I donated them because they're doing what I like to do, historical preservation. And they did a world-class job of restoring this wonderful, wonderful place. The city didn't want to save it. So John and his friends said they would, and they did. So I'm happy that these books will help fund.
So those will be on sale here at the pump house?
At the pump house, yep.
But you also have a booklet, a softback?
Yeah, I do not sell this. I do not sell my books online.
Okay. So you got to come here to get your gift purchase.
No, I don't do that because I'd have to ship it, and I'd rather be painting. So I have to come here. Right.
And how can people find you online?
Well, they can Google my name and robertkroeger.com. I'm also on Weebly. That's where I have the essays and the barn paintings on Weebly. So if you go to my name, maybe it's barnart.com, Weebly. It's a Weebly address.
Okay. And your auction is to support the pump house here.
And then the auction is different. There are 4 or 5 paintings that they have, which are from this book, and they are on auction for the month of November. So
Collectively, with a total of 54 books.
So if you go to
54 pictures.
Yeah. So if you go to biddingowl.org, Stone Barns of America, or Hawking County is the one that organizes this. You can bid on them.
Okay.
Or you can visit them right here and see what John has.
Yeah.
But they're spread throughout Ohio and Indiana.
But we may not see you again for another year. here in Ross County.
Well, we're going to talk about that, maybe October.
Maybe October. Why don't you get a picture of, he painted Don's barn, and Don just purchased this picture, and he'd like to go and